Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timarandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Hridana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sudadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So thank you all for attending class. Today's verse is verse 22, chapter 9, Canto 8, chapter 22. Bali Maharaj surrenders his life. Kim Atma Nannena Janati Yon Tataha Kim Rikta Hare Swajanakya Dhasu Bihi Kim Jayaya Samsmrita Hetu Bhutaya Machasya Grehe Kim Iha Yusho Vyayaha. Okay, word for word, please repeat. Kim, what is the use? Atmana, anena, of this body. Jahati, gives up. Yaha, which body? Anantaha, at the end of life. Kim, what is the use? Rikta harer, the plunderers of wealth. Swajana akya darshubihi, those who are actually plunderers, but who pass by the name of relatives. Kim, what is the use? Jayaya, of a wife. Samsmriti heta bhutaya, who is the source of increasing material conditions. Matasya, of a person sure to die. Greher, of houses, family, and community. Kim, what is the use? Iha, in which house? Asu saha, of the duration of life. Vyayaha, simply wasting. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. What is the use of the material body, which automatically leaves its owner at the end of life? And what is the use of all one's family members who are actually plunderers, taking away money that is useful for the service of the Lord in spiritual opulence. What is the use of a wife? She is only the source of increasing material conditions. And what is the use of a family, home, country, and community? Attachment for them merely wastes the valuable energy of one's lifetime. Purport Srila Prabhupada. Oh, sorry, please repeat. What is the use of the material body, which automatically leaves one at the time of death? And what is the use of all one's family members who are actually plunderers, taking away money that is useful for the service of the Lord in spiritual opulence? What is the use of a wife? She is only the source of increasing material conditions. And what is the use of a family, home, country, and community? Attachment for them merely wastes the valuable energy of one's lifetime. Purport Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna advises, Savadharman prajaja mamekam sharanam braja. Give up all other varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. The common man does not appreciate such a statement by the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he thinks that during his lifetime his family, society, country, body, and relatives are everything. Why should one give up any one of them and take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? But from the great behavior of personalities like Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj, we understand that surrendering to the Lord is the right action for an intelligent person. Prahlad Maharaj took shelter of Vishnu against the will of his father. Similarly, Bali Maharaj took shelter of Vamanadev against the will of his spiritual master, Shukracharya, and all the leading demons. People may be surprised that devotees like Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj could seek shelter on the side of the enemy, giving up the natural affinity for family, hearth, and home. In this connection, Bali Maharaj explains that the body, which is the center of all material activities, is also a foreign element. Even though we want to keep the body fit and helpful to our activities, the body cannot continue eternally. Although I am the soul, which is eternal, after using the body for some time, I have to accept another body, tatadhantara prapti. According to the laws of nature, unless I render some service with the body for advancement in devotional service, one should not use the body for any other purpose. One must know that if he uses the body for any other purpose, he is simply wasting time. For as soon as the time is ripe, the soul will automatically leave the body. We are very interested in society, friendship, and love. But what are they? Those in the garb of friends and relatives merely plunder the hard-earned money of the bewildered soul. Everyone is affectionate toward his wife and is attached to her. But what is this wife? The wife is called Shri. which means one who expands the material condition. If a person lives without a wife, his material conditions are less extensive. As soon as one marries and is connected with a wife, his material necessities increase. Pumsa shriya mituna bhavam metam tayo mito hridaya granthim ahu ato griha kshetra sutapa viter janasya mohoyam aham mameti. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. Bhagavatam 5.5.8. Human life is meant for self-realization, not for increasing unwanted things. Actually, a wife increases unwanted things. One's lifetime, one's home, and everything one has, if not properly used in the service of the Lord, are all sources of material conditions for perpetual suffering under the threefold miseries, adhyatmika, adibhotik, adidhaivika. Unfortunately, there is no distinction in human society for education on this subject. People are kept in darkness about the goal of life, and thus there is a continuous struggle for existence. We speak of survival of the fittest, but no one survives, for no one is free under material conditions. Mukam karochi vachalam bhangam laite girim yad kripa tamaham bande Shri Gurun dinatarinam. Kim atma nanena jahati yonyantah kim rikta harer swajana kya dasubhi kim jayaya samsmita hetu bhutaya martasya gehe kim iha yuso vyah. What is the use of the material body, which automatically leaves its owner at the end of life? And what is the use of all one's family members who are actually plunderers, taking away money that is useful for the service of the Lord in spiritual opulence? What is the use of a wife? She is only the source of increasing material conditions. And what is the use of family, home, country, and community? Attachment for them merely wastes the valuable energy of one's lifetime. So, this verse has to be understood through bhava. This is the ecstasy of Bali Maharaj, who is surrendering everything, all his manasadeha griha, the griha, the external paraphernalia, the body, the mind, and ultimately that is not surrender. He surrenders his soul to the service of Krishna. The result of that is one becomes the eternal ecstatic associate of the Supreme Lord, situated in his swarup, his intrinsic spiritual form, his intrinsic personality. Jivera swarupoy nityera Krishna das, Krishnera nitya das. The living entity is eternally the servant of Krishna. But because we are now turned away from Krishna, bahirmukh, we're looking to the griha. We're looking to the wife, the family, the children, and we're thinking, this is my survival mode. This will give me happiness. But as Prabhupada says at the end, no one survives. Survival of the fittest. It doesn't matter if you're an Olympic champion, you're going to die. So this is the foolishness of material endeavor. Isha vasya idam sarvam yat kinchat jagajam jagat tena taktena bunjita magrida kashaswitdanam. Actually, the first sloka there of the Ishopanishad explains that one should just accept those things that come naturally as his quota according to his past karmas. And then he should not be lusty for excessive paraphernalia, excessive women, excessive buildings. This is atyahara, it is over collecting. But what he comes naturally, he should use that. And that which belongs to others, apparently, he should see that as belonging to the Supreme Lord. And not adopt the mentality of a thief. I'm going to take the property of others. Which means I'm going to take the property of the Supreme Lord. Because everything belongs to the Supreme Lord, Ishavasha. Everything is controlled and owned. Krishna is the source of everything. So he is the owner. If I make a painting, I can claim this belongs to me. If I create a painting. If I create the spiritual and material worlds, then I can claim it as mine. Aham mameti. I am God, and this is mine. But I am not. You are not. Only Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam prapartate. He doesn't say there's a second expansion point. Krishna is the supreme controller, but kataham iti manyate. Everyone thinks I'm the doer. And this is my property. Aham, I'm this mind and body and the paraphernalia, and everything is mine that is related to me. So, somebody may turn around and say, oh my God, how is this applicable to my life? Well, here, just like Krishna at the end of the Bhagavad-Gita, Sarvadharma Prijaja Mammekam Sharanam Vraja. Krishna explains, surrender, this is the ultimate point. So here is illustration of the ecstatic emotion of the realized devotee, who realizes that he is the Gopi Bhata Kamalayo Dasa Das Anudas, that he is the servant of the servant of the servant of the master of the gopis, and this is the greatest condition. This is the most wonderful thing. And that anything that distracts me, wife, home, family, country, attachments, anything that distracts me from that relationship with the Supreme Lord is poison. Just like Yamunacharya, right? When I think of sex life, I want to spit. These are the ecstatic emotions. Then we have Madhavendra Puri, another great acharya in our line, Paramahamsa. Krishna Prem manifested in Madhavendra Puri. And he would say, oh, goodbye to my Gayatri, my this, my that. Now I am just thinking, I am smaranam, I am purely engaged in the thoughts of my beloved Lord. So the Paramahamsa, you read this in Bhakti Rasamrita Sundhu, Rupa Goswami. He has no attachment even for rules and regulations, the Paramahamsa. And we see a second verse of Bhagavatam, Paramo Nimacharanam Satam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the Amala Puran. It is the Paramahamsa Samhita. It is the expression, it is Rasa Shastra, it is the discussions of Krishna and his devotee, it is the explanation of devotional service, and it elucidates this ecstatic emotion, and here we have it. However, Also within the Srimad Bhagavatam, it gives explanation how, especially in the stories of Prithu Maharaj, that canto, it gives explanation how human society can be regulated from the neophyte condition unto this ultimate ecstatic condition. Now you will find in the Bhagavad-Gita that piety and impiety is described. Very interesting. Piety is to act in accordance with your spiritual and material development, not to act below it. If you're a learned, intelligent person and you're picking up the ways of bhakti, then you should not go back to intoxication, meat eating, irregular life. You should act according to your realization. And also, you should not act above your realization. That is sahajiya. Sahajiya means the natural way, going the easy way. Oh, Krishna is dancing with the gopis, so I will also dress as a gopi and wander around in the moonlight, imagining that Krishna is pulling my cloth. Then you are fool number one. You are impious. You are acting above your station. Acting according to your qualification is necessary. And if you do act otherwise, then you're a fool. Before you get on stage, learn to dance. Before you play before an audience, learn to play your instrument. If you get up on stage and think, oh, I'll practice on stage, then the audience will think you're a fool. Get him off. If you get your harmonium and you think, I'll practice in the temple, then everyone will have a headache. Don't act above or below your qualification. Similarly, if you're realized in devotional principles by sadhana, act accordingly. Of course, it's a struggle. Krishna tells Arjuna, Mahabaho, you are mighty armed. You must be determined. What's that verse in the Brahma Samhita? Prabhade jnana bhaktivyam atmayananda chinmayi udutyuma bhakti bhagavat prema lakshana pramanas tad acharas tad abhyasa nirantaram bodhayan atmanam bhaktim apyutamam labet. That the highest devotion is attained by slow degrees, by the method of constant endeavor for perfection. You should visualize the future. I am going to awaken my Swarup. I am going to be Paramahamsa. Rupa Goswami says you should be confident. Don't think that humility means I'll never be a pure devotee. Then you're looking for an excuse and you're a fool. You haven't understood the process. You should understand Jivera Swarup Hoy Nichera Krishna Das. I have Swarup. I have perfection. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhakabadai. But how do I awaken it? Shravanadi, Sudachitte, Kiride, Udai. You should understand. We should be confident. The soul is equipped with Krishna Prem. The soul is equipped with Swarup. We have our relationship with Krishna. It is inbuilt to the soul. We are not, as the Sahajiya and the Mayavadis and think, we are just an impersonal spark of spirituality. Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha. We are Satchidananda Vigraha. But He is the gold mountain. He is the gigantic fire. But we are the particle of gold. We are the spark of the fire. We have emanated. Mavai Bangsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Mana Shastra Indriyani Prakriti Kashati. The living entities in this material world are my eternal parts and parcels. But because of conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the material body and the six senses, including the mind. So we must understand that. The struggle is not ultimately with other people. It is within ourselves. The Bhagavad-Gita was spoken in Kurukshetra, in the middle of a battle. On one side, Duryodhana, the egotist, I am the controller, everything belongs to me. On the other side, Yudhishthira Maharaj. If Krishna wants to be the king, then I will be the king, the emperor. I will serve Krishna through my position. Duryodhana thinks, I will serve and I will be famous. Self-aggrandizement. So this is the struggle. The Kurukshetra battle, that is the format for the Bhagavad-Gita. You cannot remove conflict from the material world. These dreamers, pop singers say, all you need is love. No, you need regulated bhakti. Or else prakriti stani kashati. Or else you'll be overwhelmed by your material conditioning. You're struggling with that. So the Kurukshetra battle is within you. Are you going to fight on the side of Duryodhana, or are you going to fight on the side of Yudhishthira? The Kurukshetra battle is within ISKCON. Are we going to follow the instructions of Prabhupada, or are we going to concoct another idea? The Kurukshetra battle is in the political sphere. There are good people in the political sphere that want to serve the Supreme Lord and treasure His children, the praja. And then there are demoniac people in the spiritual sphere that want to reduce the population, poison people, who don't give a damn about anything, treat them like animals. But there are good people. There is a Kurukshetra battle in the financial field. People want to steal money, pack their bank with trillions of their sucked out, blood-sucked money, and there are people in the banking field. This has gone too far. We have got to elevate the people, not make them wage slaves. The Kurukshetra battle is going on in religion. The Kurukshetra battle is going on in education. Good and bad. It's going on in your body, in your bloodstream. It is estimated that there are 50 trillion cells in the human body. 50 trillion. But there are viruses there. There are infections. You take a drop of blood, especially an infected man, you'll see there's a Kurukshetra battle. Jivo jivasya jivanam. That is the beginning of Bhagavatam. That in this material world, one living entity is food for another. You will never be able to remove that. You may think, oh, I'll become a vegan. You're killing carrots. You're killing potato. You're cutting down fruits and flowers and grains. You're killing. You may be killing less. So what is the solution? Yad karosi yad nanasi yad sidosi dadasi yad tapasyasya kunteya tat kurusva madapanam. Whatever you do, whatever you act, whatever you give away, you do it as an offering to me. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakti priyashati. Whatever you eat, you offer it first to Krishna, it will be purified. Offer it to Shalagram. Then you'll be living purely. Because those three things, constant endeavor, what is the methodology that you should apply? You want to be a pure devotee. You want to win the Kurukshetra battle in your heart. You want to be purified. You want this ecstatic emotion of Bali Maharaj. You want to look at the deity and have a heart flooded with love, transcendental love. You want to defeat. So, Krishna tells Lord Brahma, pramanas. First, he explains pramana. You must have proof. What is pramana? Veda pramana. Mahajyena katasva panta. How will you understand the Vedas? By listening to the path, walking the path, chalked out by the Mahajan. Shastra Guru. And you must have Uttamadikari Guru who can apply that to your position and give you pertinent instructions. Pramana. Tad ascharaj. That means theistic conduct. That means follow regulative principles. Get rid of meat eating, intoxication, gambling, all this, illicit sex. You want sex? Get married. That is Aryan civilization. Who is saying that? Prabhupada mentions people are not being educated. They're being educated, just do it. Just buy it. And then buy this tomorrow. That's what people are being educated in. Just pay your taxes and die quickly so you're not a burden on the state. You're an animal in the field. This mood is demoniac. It is worse. Even Ravana and Duryodhana, they looked after the praja. But nowadays the plan is to reduce the population. So tadabhyasha, it means theistic conduct, good behavior. You can't become a drunkard and be a Hare Krishna. You can't engage in illicit sex and be a Hare Krishna of any developing status. You can't gamble, lustily thinking, "Ooh, money, that is the solution to my problems." No. You have to be theistic. And then Pramanastada Nirantaram. You should be constant. You should be steady. And then slow degrees. Slow degrees. You should be confident. Devotional service is not awarded, pure devotional service, because you give 5,000 rupees. Pure devotional service is attained because you desire it. Lolam. Nityananda has opened a marketplace and he's selling the holy name. What is the price? Lolam. Desire. Lobha. Oh, I've got a taste. Now I'm greedy for that. That is the mentality of the sadhaka. And he's ready to discipline. Is he against married life? We hear it thrown away here. No. You will find other verses in the Bhagavatam where it is said that the wife should look at the body of the husband as a boat within which she can cross the ocean of material suffering. And the husband should look at the body of the wife as a boat within which he can cross the ocean of material suffering. So this is sadhana. This is the words, the ecstasy of the Paramahamsa. But the Bhagavatam also gives the way to regulate our material attachments and how to become purified. We were talking about Prithu Maharaj. Do you remember 3-4 years ago we were discussing what does in Prithu Maharaj, excuse me, Prithu Maharaj says he's giving the perfect griha life. So that is generally available. The majority of Mahaprabhu's servants, devotees, they were grihastas. So what does this mean, you may say? Narada Muni, the big brahmachari, He was Srivas Thakur. He was married man with children. In Mahaprabhu Leela, Advaita Charya is married. Nityananda Prabhu, Guru Shakti, married. Janavi Ma, Ananda Mangari in Krishna Leela. So, there is no exclusion of marriage, but marriage for the purpose of spiritual realization, spiritual association, that is the Vaishnav life. So Prithu Maharaj, he explains, the husband, his first duty is protection. Second duty is maintenance of the family. And then, as Prabhupada's quoting here, Lord Rishabdev, Guru Nyasya, he instructing his sons, don't become a grihasta if you do not know the science of Krishna consciousness. Because yes, you're protecting your family. That is like a wall around your house. You're maintaining your family. That is your house. But what are you going to do in that house? Are you going to get a plasma TV and follow the cricket scores and watch all the nonsense movies and nonsense programs? Or are you going to make a little temple and read the Bhagavatam with your family every evening and go back to Godhead? Are you going to be a grihasta or a griha maidi? Are you going to become liberated, or are you going to return to the cycle of birth and death? Ashradha dana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa apraptyamam nivartante mrityu samsaravatmani. Those who are not faithful on this process cannot attain me, but return to birth and death in this material world. This material world is miserable. Primary amongst which is birth, death, old age and disease. You'll never remove it. You'll never remove conflict. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, said this material world is like a toilet. You do your business and you leave as soon as possible. This is the illusion. Actually, it's utopia. This is the demons. They're thinking, oh, we know the genetic code. They don't understand it in any way. Oh, we'll change this gene and we'll live forever. It is not because of the gene code you're dying. Mrityu samsara. What? I am all devouring death. Kalosmi aham. I am time. And I am taking everything away. And I am killing everyone. And when Arjuna saw the universe Virat Rupa, he didn't see a nice thing. He saw everyone rushing into the flaming mouth, being devoured by time. Time I am, destroyer of worlds. This was Krishna's statement. This is the Virat Rupa. Utopia comes from a Greek word. You know, utopian vision. Oh, everything's going to be nice. No. The sheep will lie down with the lion. It's not going to happen in the material world. You can't reprogram the soul. You may mess with people's mind, but it's always going to be a struggle for existence. But you should struggle for eternal existence. So what are the three duties that correspond for grihasta life? The woman, she should be faithful to the husband. That faithful, chaste and obedient. This is in the purports of the Bhagavatam. She should be faithful, so that means the husband should be sober. Mahaprabhu never joked with his wives, Vishnu Priya. This is the statements in his wife. He should be the guru of the family. He should be sober. And then the wife will see, he's not a dancing dog here to entertain me. And thereby, women are very clever. She'll, oh, this is my dancing dog. He's coming and making jokes and begging, as if I'm his mother and he's a small boy. No, the man should act in a way that the wife has faith. That means he should be Aryan in his behavior, as we've described. He should be sober. But that he should be loving also. That is one of the qualities, Chanaka Pandit says, the good qualities of a woman, they respond to love. So that is faithfulness. And then the wife will say, I've got a good man. Now I can have children. He will protect me. And I will feel fulfilled. Faithfulness. And then second one is chaste. She should not consider any other man as attractive. They're all my children. And my husband is my hero. He is my darling. And I am chaste to him. And this is the tapasya of a woman. The wives of the great sages, they could even, right, Atri Muni, they could even stop the movement of the sun so her husband wouldn't die. So the tapasya of the husband is controlling the senses and jnana, remembrance of the Supreme Lord. The tapasya of the woman is faithfulness, chastity, and obedience to the qualified guru husband. And it comes to the man. The man should be learned in spiritual life. He should be an Aryan, and then the woman will willingly serve the husband. She will become his greatest friend, his greatest assistant, and then they can both develop this ecstasy and love of God. So do not think that this is the only thing in the Bhagavatam, but this is the goal of the Bhagavatam. And the Bhagavatam, you read Paramahansa Samhita, teachings of Uddhava, you read the whole Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad-Gita, Rupa Goswami, you read, and then you will get the whole picture. You read Jaiva Dharma, recommended by Prabhupada, step by step, and act accordingly. And be confident. Yes, I will attain the lotus feet of Krishna. We're all a great Vaishnava family, sheltered at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. We're so fortunate, here in Vrindavan, here all over the world. We're taking prasadam, darshan every day. How can we not fail in the Kurukshetra battle? So devotee is Mahabaho, determined. I may fight, I may fall in the battle, but I'll have my scars and blows on my chest. That is the Kshatriya. If the Kshatriya is stabbed in the back, running from the battlefield, he dies in ignominy. The Kshatriya wants to get the blood, the bones broken on his chest. So we must have that attitude. I will never give up the service of Guru Maharaj. I will learn the philosophy. I will endeavor. And yes, you will be that is survival of the fittest. And you will not get material life, you'll get eternal life. Srila Prabhupada, Vaishnava Sangha, Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Thank you. Any 2 minutes are left for questions. Go ahead.
Krishna, thank you for the points. I was wondering, around the age of 50, for the he would take the wife with him, and then he would take something else. I was just wondering if there was like a standard of renunciation, like on average, how strict were most of those renunciants? Did they just get their family completely out of their mind and not have anything to do with them, or did they visit them every once in a while?
Don't make it a 2-minute question when we have only 2 minutes. I got the gist of your idea. Is there any standard? Now, I've given rules and regulations, right? But they have to be applied intelligently. You understand? These things about this, obedience, faithfulness, this and that, and so on and so forth, these are general principles, and they have to be applied according to circumstance. We've seen this in the life of Srila Prabhupada. So all the rules and regulations of bhakti and varnashram and everything, they have to be intelligently applied according to circumstance. They're not applied like a straitjacket. You understand? They're applied, therefore one should have guidance of sadhu, of guru. And guru can make adjustments. He can give instruction. Uttamadhikari Guru can see the disciple and see what's suitable, what's this, how to apply this and that. Mahajyena kata swapanta. Follow that path. And the attitude of the Guru is not to hit the disciple on the head with restrictions, but rather to bring him along. Confirmed. We see that. Or else, if you just use the regulative principles and the theories and the behavioral standards in the Bhagavatam as a weapon, then you're envious. Then you're not Guru. Because you're not acting with loving attitude. Guru is the manifestation of Krishna's love. That is the Uttamadhikari Guru. Krishna loves the living entity. He's the bija, he's the seed, he's the father. He loves. If he sees a little effort, oh, my son, you've made a wonderful drawing, let me put it on the wall. He doesn't say, oh, this is useless. Why can't you act like Picasso? No, he had a loving attitude. So all the rules and regulations have to be applied in that mood, to encourage and guide. You understand? Okay, thank you very much. Now it's time for Prasad. Srila Prabhupada, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sadhu Sangha, Vrindavan, Dhamma Ki Jai.